All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to Middle Mac Productions. I am Nate,
And this is Seth.
and it took us too long to make this video, but we're here.
Sorry that we're the most inconsistent YouTubers probably ever.
We did preface with this channel saying we'll make it when we feel like it, so here we are. We feel like it, and we're making a video on J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. Does this really surprise anyone at this point? I'd say no.
Probably not. We're like one step away from becoming a Lord of the Rings / Hobbit channel, Middle Earth channel.
Pretty much. I'd say that's we're pretty we're not far off from it. But so we're talking about the book specifically today. Not the movie. We'll probably talk about the movie at some point or another. But we just wanted to we wanted to delve into the world of books more because I mean there are channels that cover books and stuff like that. That's awesome. That's still a thing, but we feel like books need to be talked about more because it just feels like they're not to sound like oh back in my day, but they just don't feel as like common to talk about as much anymore. And we love the literary side of Tolkien, or I've learned that I love the literary side more recently. And Seth has been reading it for Lord knows how long at this point, your whole life. Just
Yeah,
about.
pretty much. Also, going to say, I don't know if Nate really knows. We know there's the BookTube side of YouTube.
Yes.
So if you're looking for a full analytical experience of everything about The Hobbit and the way it's written and everything, you're not going to get that here.
Yes.
This is just two guys talking about a book that they love and part of maybe their favorite like franchise, Middle Earth franchise. It's my favorite. I don't know about Nate, but I think it is.
It's my favorite franchise.
But so yeah, we're just here for a good time. So grab a snack, get a drink, do whatever you gotta do, and get ready to.
And since if you're looking for someone who talks about the books, Nerd of the Rings is one of the more popular ones who talks about book related stuff. If there's any others that I can remember, or if I think of in post, I'll put them up on the screen here because I've seen a couple here and there. But I like the community of Tolkien book readers. I think it's really cool and wholesome. But yeah, just cozy up. This probably won't be as like, I think someone just hit something outside. This probably won't be as like long as our other videos. This isn't this isn't going to be like a movie podcast thing. We just want to talk about a book that we both reread recently and that we thoroughly enjoy. So I'll let you start because I've yapped a lot in the beginning of this. So just you want to give us a rundown of, for those who don't know, which is maybe like two of you, of like what The Hobbit is, just a brief rundown.
All right, I'll do my best. So The Hobbit is a story about you won't guess, you won't believe it. It's about a hobbit.
Whoa.
Now let me start here. You're probably wondering, if you're one of the two people that doesn't know, what is a hobbit? That's another video in and of itself, and we'll cover that another time. But for now, it's just a short person, pretty much. Like 3'5" at most. Mm-hmm. And so he lives in a hobbit hole, which is like the idea of comfort and easy living. And all of a sudden, he just gets a visit from a wizard that he knew from like years ago, and a bunch of dwarves who are like, "Hey, come help us retake our home and turn the house on."
Yeah, pretty.
Okay, that might be a reference to something else. Ignore that last word.
That's the video game.
And that's basically the premise of the book. And Bilbo, that's the Hobbit's name. He's the main character. And it's kind of his journey into leaving his comfortable life and experiencing more of the adventurous side of life.
Discovering himself.
And discovering, like, who he really is. Like, because, yes, hobbits have an easy life, but they also have courage and a strong heart deep inside, which you'll learn more if you continue on to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. A very, very good description. And by the way...
there's a dragon, my bad, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the dwarves are trying to reclaim their home from a dragon.
There is something about you. Something you carry.
If you don't know what this story is, I don't know why you're watching this, but we're glad you are. We're probably, this goes without saying, this book is nearly 100 years old.
Oh,
It came out in the 30s.
Yeah, no, okay, it's almost 100 years old.
This book is almost 100 years old. We're going to spoil it. So if you haven't read it, it will take you maybe a couple of days. Like, depending on how fast
if you really book it, you could probably do it in a day.
A day or two, yeah.
It's a really short book.
But kind of on the point of that, one of the things we love about this book, it's very straightforward. It's simple, and it's said that Tolkien originally designed the story as a fairy tale for his children, and then he just kind of kept working on it, and his like son or his children gave him feedback. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Now
there.
Christopher told him, like, he thought he would be like, I don't really think that's how the story should go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're aiming it for children.
Mm-hmm.
So he would help him write it. He later on became his editor.
Yeah.
And finished many of his works, or tried to, so...
Which we'll probably get to those at some point.
We might just do a video on Christopher Tolkien one day, because...
Underappreciated.
He's a very underappreciated man.
Yeah, I used to not really think anything of him, but what a guy. But yeah, this book is very... Keep in mind, this was written before he planned on tying this into his connected universe, I believe. Like, I think there were elements in it, like that, where he referenced like stuff from the Silmarillion or whatnot. Because keep in mind, the Silmarillion is one of Tolkien's oldest works, and he had the groundwork laid for that universe for a long time.
Also his longest work.
Yes, his longest work.
Did he actually finish it before he passed?
He did not finish it.
Yeah.
He worked on it till his death.
Yeah.
This book was designed to be just simple, straightforward. When Bilbo finds the ring in this, there was no plan for, oh, this is going to turn into the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Actually, funnily enough, there's 2 different versions of the Hobbit you can get.
There are.
Yeah, there's the one that's just the original story, no tie into Lord of the Rings whatsoever. And then there's the updated version he wrote, which ties it more into Lord of the Rings.
Yes. The updated version, or when it was republished in the 70s, I think. The 60s or the 70s to accommodate for Lord of the Rings. There was like a note in it where Gandalf was like, Bilbo did not give me the original story truthfully, and I eventually got it out of him. So I think that's funny that Tolkien gave an in-universe reason for why it was rewritten or it was edited.
That's why he's one of the best.
Yes.
Also, you just gotta love too that he treats it not like it's almost like it's not a story.
I was literally about to
It's
say
a world
that.
history.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the story is told from Tolkien's perspective. Mm-hmm. It's like he's recounting history, because it's like these are tales that he's collected from the past, and I love that. I think that's such an interesting way to approach the story. You know, is like treat your fiction as it was fact, and that makes it seem more believable. You know, or it makes the reader more interested. It makes me more interested, I think.
Yeah. And I also I think that's why. I mean, I know this has a dragon in it, but like in terms of magic, Lord of the Rings is one of the more grounded fantasy.
Yes.
Like, there's not people casting lightning bolts and fireballs everywhere. Like, it's more like, I don't know exactly how you would describe it. Like, Gandalf's magic's more like inspiration magic. Like, he inspires those around him.
There are times of great magic, but it's often more like, it's more left to your interpretation than it is like, oh, he cast like a spell that exploded the guy or something like that. It's like it's more descriptive than that. It's, I don't know how to put it. The way Tolkien writes, it's very interpretive, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can put it.
I think he really did want people to use their imagination while like reading these. Like, I think that was his main goal. He's like, it's a folklore / history of a place. And he's like, but only you can give your idea of what it really looks like.
Yeah, he used to call those fairy tales,
Yes.
I believe.
And I remember a little thing I saw. He was kind of sad because England didn't have like their own fairy tales. They had to borrow it from every other country, these fairy tales. So he's like, I want to write something that'll give England a fairy tale. And well, and then, I guess he succeeded. I mean, he did more than that, but you know, it's whatever. Yeah.
Keep in mind, The Hobbit here was the stepping stone for him to get Lord of the Rings published, and there'll be more discussion about that at some point. But the book, because a lot of people complain about Lord of the Rings about being overly detailed, right? This book, and I don't think it is.
I don't agree with that either. In our opinion, it's not overly detailed, but it's okay if you think it is.
Yes, 100%. But I like that this story, it gives that world building, but it doesn't feel like it's overindulging in it. You know, it's like, it sets the mood, the environment. You have Tolkien's illustrations throughout the book, which are very nice. And I believe this is a Tolkien illustration that we have up on the screen. But it's enough world building to where you feel enriched, but it's not too much to the point where you're like, okay, let's move on, you know?
Yes, we love the Tolkien illustrations, but I would say our fave, if you're interested in knowing, is Alan Lee. He has my favorite illustration.
He's my favorite, hands down.
But I do love the original J.R.R. Tolkien illustrations. It's interesting. I mean, just the thing, the guy wrote this book, and he also drew, like...
Yeah.
These, like, beautiful pictures for it. Mm-hmm. So it's just crazy how talented he was.
I like Tolkien's illustrations, because, one, if you're reading an illustrated Tolkien work, you're getting the view into his mind of what he imagined the world to look like. Like, keep in mind, I like Alan Lee's interpretation the most, but, like, me and you both have the illustrated Silmarillion, and those aren't exactly what, like, his illustrations aren't exactly what I imagine in my head, and that's probably because I grew up with the movies, and I have that art style to go off of. But, like, seeing how he imagines, like, Valinor and stuff like that, it gives you an idea of how much creativity Tolkien really had. And whereas they're not the most complex drawings in the world, they're still beautiful in their own right, you know?
Yeah. Moving on. We talked a bit about that now, but we kind of skipped something. So you want to tell them the fun fact?
I was going to say,
Let's talk about the origin of how he even got the idea to write this book a little bit, Nate.
Yeah, so...
All right, so what do you got for us?
Fun fact.
There you go.
Fun fact. I'm jumping all over our notes here. Fun fact.
I'm trying to ring this back in.
If you're pretty well versed in the Tolkien zeitgeist, you probably know this. But when he was grading papers as a professor, one day on a student's paper, he just wrote, "In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit," and that was like the jumping off point for this. He just started writing it. I can't remember exactly what compelled him, but it's just like,
I remember
that was it.
I think it was like a thing with him. He's like, in a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit, and the immediate next thought he had was, well, I guess I'm gonna have to explain to them what a hobbit is.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like concerning hobbits, you know. I think that's in both the Hobbit, like all the updated now, then it kind of have like an explanation of what hobbits are.
I don't think in the Hobbit. Well,
maybe.
Hold on.
All right. While Nate does that, we'll do our ad read here.
What's our ad?
So if you're, watching this and, you just feel like you don't get out as much as you want, and you kick the desk, it's okay. Don't freak out anybody. Then, we recommend the Hobbit walk. And it's just you kind of leave your house for a bit and you walk like 1,300 miles to either reclaim a dwarven home or to destroy a ring, and then you walk back.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Hobbit walk. So, use the promo code below to get a 10% off on your starting point for your Hobbit walk.
Please turn our house back on.
Yes.
So it does not start with concerning hobbits in The Hobbit. It explains who Bilbo is and explains what a hobbit hole is. But that's about it. It just jumps straight into the story.
All right.
Which, granted, does not waste any time.
Yeah.
The book.
I like that about The Hobbit. It really just it's like, here's your main character and here's what's happening in his life.
Which, when we talk about the movies one day, if that happens,
we'll mention them slightly in this probably.
Those movies waste a lot of time.
So, as we've mentioned before, this book was written for children. So, but it's an intelligent book for, it's intelligent, though, in the way it's written for children.
Mm-hmm.
And as we have written here, it does deal with heavier themes, but it doesn't insult you as you're reading it.
Yeah.
Like, it's still, I'm just going to skip to the next one. It's also, like, you can read this as an adult and get a good read out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're not going to read this and be like, oh, this is just some kid's book. Like, this isn't like The Cat in the Hat. No offense to Dr. Seuss, but, well, maybe, but we don't know.
Yeah. No
There's some controversy around that, but whatever.
No offense to his stories. To the man himself.
Yeah, get out of here. But The Cat in the Hat, it's a good kid's book. So, but, like, this is, I wouldn't say this is Cat in the Hat level. This is up.
This is simple enough for children, but also smart enough to where it's like it treats the children like they're smart enough to understand what's going on.
Yes.
And I really respect that. And like Seth said, being compelling for adults. If you want a very fun way to experience this book as an adult, especially if you grew up with the movies, I'm almost done with it. I have like 2 hours left. Listen to Andy Serkis read this.
Yeah.
It is so good. Andy Serkis is such a great reader, and just he does such a good job of narrating it, and all the voices and the passion he uses in it. It makes the story feel more dramatic.
Also, we talked about it earlier, but if you're reading Lord of the Rings and you're struggling through a part, or Silmarillion or Hobbit, whatever, any book really, you could probably do this with. Nate discovered this, and I do this often. If you get to a part you're struggling with, just read it out loud.
Yes.
It drastically helps.
Yes. If you like to, I've always been the type of guy who I like to do voices or impressions or whatever. But I found when I was reading the Silmarillion, when I was towards the end of it, I just started reading out loud and making voices up for the characters or whatnot. And I was like, this makes it so much more fun. And doubly so for The Hobbit. And keep in mind, if you're worried about sounding great or whatever, just don't worry about it. Just read it how you want to and enjoy it.
Yeah, if you're by yourself reading a book, what does it matter?
Have fun with it.
Yeah, have a good time.
Voice them how you want to voice them.
Have some music playing in the background.
I do that a lot.
Set the mood,
When I was, I don't remember if I did it for The Hobbit, but I know when I read the Silmarillion, I played instrumental music in the background that was inspired by it, and it made it so much better.
Yeah.
I loved it.
All right, Nate. So as we go ahead, you want to talk about the certain strengths and weaknesses of the book now?
Yes. We've given a lot of strengths already, I feel like.
Yes.
So let's start with a weakness. I think the dwarves are the worst part of this book. and that's not saying that they're bad. Keep in mind, like I said, children's book. So there's only so much, character development you can do without making the book drag on for too long. And this was one of the hardest parts of the movies, is that there's 13 dwarves. And I think they're seen more as a plot device in this book than they are really characters.
They're literally there for Bilbo to save.
Yes.
They're damsels.
Yes, Bilbo's the main character. The dwarves are the damsels.
Because they're supposed to be these fierce warriors of old who can handle anything. Yet they get captured all the time, and Bilbo usually, or Gandalf, has to save them.
I don't really know if they're supposed to be fierce
okay, well...
The Erebor dwarves, they've been down on their luck for years.
I think they think they're better than they think they are.
Yes.
They think they're the guys from the Silmarillion. They think they're oh, we're going to reclaim our home and kill this dragon. They can't even beat up a group of goblins. How are they going to kill a dragon?
You know what's funny? You know which dwarf has the most personality?
Which one?
Bomber.
Oh, yeah, the fat one.
The fat one.
Of course.
It's the one that they insult for being fat, and all the time he's just oh, I wish I could eat and sleep, and oh, I had this dream.
And he fell asleep in a creek in the wood, didn't he?
Yeah. I think he drank some of the water in Mirkwood or something like that.
But yeah, so...
wait, no. I take it back. The most compelling... Did I say the most compelling character or dwarf?
Dwarf.
Okay, yeah, the most compelling dwarf is Bomber.
Yeah, it's a little bit
and
different.
He's kind of a joke character.
Because if you've seen the movies, you're probably thinking, what about Thorin? He doesn't have a whole lot to do in the book.
He's probably the second most developed
They
dwarf.
talk to him more than anybody else.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really do a whole lot.
He's pretty straightforward, and then at the end, he kind of gets dragon sickness from nowhere.
And dies. Spoiler.
Yeah. Whoa, for this 90-year-old book.
Whoa,
wow.
Man.
But
yeah, definitely the dwarves. I just don't really know how you would give them much more. Well, okay, in the book you can't. The book's written. It's done.
Yes.
They get what they get. But in a movie, I don't really know how you make it more interesting without making it, drag on. Dragon.
Yeah, I like that. In the movie, I feel like they tried to do that, but that's the thing is I feel like they made them all just joke characters in the movie. You know what I mean? They all felt like they were just quippy and punchlining, but they didn't actually get character development.
Yeah, one of my favorite parts in the movie, and I wish they would have kept a little bit more of this. I know we're getting into the movie.
Is it when they were cleaning the dishes?
No, it's when they're singing the Misty Mountain Cold song.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You can feel what they're actually doing this for.
Yeah,
this isn't a fun road trip. This is them they've been refugees for years and they want to reclaim their home.
I still think that certain music from those movies is still some of the best things that
Yeah.
come out of those.
Which I think it's easy to forget when you read it. Like, it's a kid's book, but like, there's real life situations where this happens.
Yeah.
Where people are like kicked out of their land or whatever, and then like they spend years trying to get back home.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I agreed that scene was really good. But yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I don't think it detracts from the quality of the story at all, but we just wish that the dwarves, I mean, they really are kind of I don't want to say Deus Ex Machina, because that's like a MacGuffin that like fixes everything.
They're the opposite. They're the thing that makes the story go forward by getting in a mess.
Yes, they're just the plot device.
Yeah.
But on the other hand,
Probably the strongest point of this book, maybe.
Bilbo,
Yeah. The Hobbit.
the Hobbit, is a really good character.
I like the Martin Freeman. He's definitely the best part of those movies, in my opinion.
Oh yes, him and Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen for sure. But I really do love Book Bilbo because he goes on this journey, but he never stops going. I wish I was back in my home.
He really doesn't change until like near the very end. Like I don't see the most drastic change until he's in Mirkwood.
Yeah.
And he gets the courage to fight the spiders. But even then, he's still like, oh, I want to go home.
I think like when he sees death for the first time, I think that's really when it hits him. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh.
This just clicked with me. I love the fact that even though Bilbo gets more courageous, his person never changes at the center. Because you get to the Battle of the Five Armies, and Bilbo's asleep through most of it. But he and I think he says something along the lines of this in the movie too, the old animated movie. I'll preface with that. He's like, these battles are silly. He's like, this seems needless, which is kind of how Tolkien felt.
And also like this was written in between World War I and II.
Yeah, because Tolkien was in World War I.
And I think was Christopher in World War II?
I don't know.
I think he might have been.
If he was, that's crazy. I didn't know
they were in back-to-back World Wars.
But yeah, Tolkien, to give you an idea, Tolkien started writing up the Silmarillion while he was in the trenches. Or he was writing up one of the languages, the Sindarin or Quenya.
Quenya for life.
Word. Word to my Quenya people out there.
Yeah, if you're a Quenya, leave a comment.
We'll learn it one of these days.
Or if you're Sindarin, leave a hate comment in Sindarin. That'd be kind of cool.
Nargothrond fell because of y'all.
Oh.
I actually don't know which elf faction I'm dissing when I say that.
That might spark some controversy.
No one's going to know what we're talking about.
It'd be funny to say, though.
But yeah, Tolkien firsthand experienced war and death, and actually nearly died in the war because he got sick, right?
Yeah, he was in one of the biggest battles of World War One.
Which one was it?
The Battle of the Somme.
Oh yeah.
And I think there's where he got like a trench illness.
Yeah.
And it almost killed him. So.
Yeah. But to say all that to say this is that when you get to the scene where the Battle of the Five Armies is happening, there really isn't a whole lot of description of the battle itself. It tells you who the armies are and some of the things that they do. But it's like Bilbo is just trying to like kind of get away from it as best you can. I think he kills like an orc or two, or he kills some.
Oh, he gets knocked out just almost immediately.
I mean, it doesn't take long.
Yeah.
But
I know the movie kills quite a few.
Yes, because the movie took the battle and just bloated it. But you can see that he really does not care for all this warfare. He's like, this is silly. This seems needless.
He's like, we're doing all this for some gold.
Yeah. He's like, why can't we all just talk this out?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're not going to really negotiate with orcs and goblins.
Well, even before the orc showed, though, like, the elves and men were about to go fight the dwarves.
Granted, they tried to talk, the elves and the men.
Yeah.
And then Thorin just didn't want to give up the gold.
Because Thorin did tell them, like, you help me get my home back, I'll give you a portion.
Yeah. Which, granted, I will say this, going back to the dwarf thing, I'm not the biggest fan of Thorin just getting, like, dragon sickness out of nowhere, I guess. But at the same time, it makes sense when you've been reclaimed with your home. I don't know. I guess you could blame it on, like, leftover Smaug magic infecting his mind or something like that.
Also, I think it's just, you literally go from having nothing but scraps on the road.
Yeah.
To, like, having all this wealth.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of realistic for someone to like not want to give it
Yeah,
up.
and it's like, this is my rightful...
I really do think you have to consider their background.
Yes.
Like, these guys aren't like dwarven nobles who are living in fancy halls, you know, and
Well, they were. They were.
Oh, they were?
Well, yeah, the dwarves of Erebor, well, they lived in Erebor.
They were
used
scattered.
Yeah.
To like the Blue Mountains and everything.
Yes, but I'm saying they were used to this before Smaug.
Oh, you mean, I meant like in the years after.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like reclaiming your glory kind of thing, but he went a step too far.
And not wanting to give it up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. But yeah, I think Bilbo ultimately is the best character. Probably followed by Gandalf. And Bjorn.
Yeah.
Is that how I say his name?
It's Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Beorn.
I love that name. That's what I name like every Skyrim character I make now is Bjorn.
Yeah, you give him a thick beard.
Yeah, well, I spell it like BJORN.
Oh, you spell it the Norse way.
The Norse way. I really like the section with Bjorn. I think is really fun. How they keep like trickling in dwarves one after another.
Yeah, because he like doesn't like dwarves.
Yeah.
So he's like, we can't all go in at once, or he might kill us all.
Yeah. And then Gandalf is Gandalf. He is the archetype for the wizard class. Like, keep in mind, I'm pretty sure D&D was basically based off of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So, like, your archetype for any fantasy story pretty much stems from, like, your modern fantasy story stems from The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. So, pretty straightforward. And Gandalf goes off side questing a lot in this book.
Oh, yeah. He shows up every once in a while to save him, but after a while, he kind of gets tied up, so...
He disappears and he goes, oh, yeah, I was fighting the Necromancer. And then when you read the Silmarillion, you learn, oh, that's Sauron. Whoops.
Yeah, so Gandalf was trying to solo Sauron back in the day, so...
Yeah, so... You don't learn that till much, much later. But yeah,
let's just get this part over with.
Wait, hold on. We didn't even talk about the dragon.
Oh.
Smaug.
So he's important.
I mean, he's not like, you don't get, I'd say, yeah, he's actually a fairly important character. You get a good amount of, although I guess he's just kind of a straight up villain, isn't he?
Yeah. I was like, I don't even know if he's the main antagonist of this book. He might, well, I guess he is.
I think it's the men and the dwarves just fighting amongst themselves. I guess.
I think that's the main...
Greed.
Yeah,
Greed is the antagonist.
But it's cool having a dragon because you don't see any of like actual dragons in Lord of the Rings.
And like the, yeah, exactly. And same goes for the movies. The scene between Bilbo and the dragon in the book and the movie is like some of the best parts of the.
It's like probably my favorite part of the book and movie.
Yeah, the second movie definitely that's the best scene in it. The rest of that movie is Speaking of which,
here's where we're not gonna talk about it and play a clip of the.
Yeah. I'm gonna play the scene of like the dwarf Keely and the Thranduil. Not Thranduil. That's the man. What's the elf?
Oh, that's Legolas's dad.
Yeah. What's the elf lady's name?
Toriel.
Kate from Lost.
I would say we should do the bomber escape in the barrel scene.
I did think of that one too. But speaking of the movies, how in the world did they stretch this across 3 movies?
Painfully.
This book is... Hold on. I'm getting my big print version of it.
By the way, hey, Guillermo del Toro, can you please finish,
Can you please remake the movie?
Like, just do it again.
No offense to Peter Jackson. We know you did your best.
I don't even know why you said yes.
This book is 276 pages long. That's the hardback version. How do you stretch that?
I wonder what the math is on that. If like all these movies are 3 hours long, it's 9 hours for 220 pages. I wonder how many pages per book or movie.
They feel so. That's the thing we talked about earlier. Is that the book feels so straight to the point, but it still gives world building. This movie just feels like it takes those pages and adds like it takes those chapters and adds like 5 or 6 pages to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I agree. I mean, but you gotta do that nowadays, I guess. You can't have short movies anymore.
The problem is that, and I heard this from another YouTube video, and I can't remember which one it was.
If we remember, we'll let you know.
Might have been Cosmonaut Variety Hour, but he said that like the problem was that he made the the fantastical epic trilogy. He made the sequel first before he made the prequel. You know, and that's the hard part, is that you have to make the prequel match the energy of what you already made. And that was where I think a lot of the faults came from, is that they wanted the Hobbits to feel like Lord of the Rings, which, gonna be completely honest here, the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit feel like two completely different books.
They don't even feel. Yeah, the books are totally different from each other.
And from what I remember, because I'm going through like the history of Middle Earth now, and then I'm gonna reread Lord of the Rings. So it's been a while. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings are two completely different books. And I'm compiling all three of the Lord of the Rings books into one, because that's how it's supposed to be. So I feel like those are two completely different books.
I agree, because like we said, it's straightforward.
Yeah.
In the Hobbit, which I'm not saying Lord of the Rings not, but like he leaves the Shire in what chapter of the Hobbit?
Like in Lord of the Rings?
No, in the Hobbit. When does
in
Bilbo
the
leave
Hobbit?
the Shire?
I think it's like chapter 2 or 3. Hold on. It's not. Sorry for the page.
They might love it. ASMR for some people.
He leaves in chapter 2.
All right, and then Lord of
The first chapter is an unexpected party. Starts on page 3. Chapter 2 starts on page 27.
So,
you have the party, the meeting of the dwarves, and Gandalf all in that one chapter, and it's already onto the troll horde scene.
Whereas, go ahead and pull out Lord of the Rings real quick. You got the book over there?
Yes, I do. Which one?
Just any of them. Any that had the chapters in them. Okay. Now, if I think I know what chapters they leave.
Let's see.
I'm curious. I just want to know. I think it's like the 4th chapter.
Fellowship of the Ring. There's a long expected party. That's chapter 1. 2 is the shadow of the past, and 3 is company. And
Okay,
4 is a shortcut to Mushroom. So
they leave at the end of the 3rd chapter, I believe.
Yeah, so a long expected party, at least on this edition, starts on page 21. 3 is company. It starts on page 65.
Yeah. So as you can see, they're kind of different a little bit.
I mean, it's two completely different tones, I feel like.
And also,
still a grand adventure, don't get me wrong,
but I think like you gotta have those experiences in the Shire, so later on when they're in Mordor, spoiler, they make it.
Exactly.
They can be like, man, I miss home.
Exactly.
Because like if you don't have like to know what their home's like, you won't even know why they miss it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I feel anyway.
Yeah. No, I think that's very true. It's just the films, and we'll probably talk about them in due time. I think it'll be easier for us to talk about the Hobbit movies than it will be the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, because how do you talk about something you love, you know?
Yeah.
Without sounding stupid.
Yeah. But we'll talk more about how those were made and the bloatedness of it. But really, I think that's about all I got. I mean, do you have anything you want to add? I feel like I gave all the thoughts I wanted to give on it.
No, 1 second. I'm trying to find it. If you made it this far, we got a little bonus. We did this last video, but we didn't end up putting it out.
Oh, what was it? Please remind me.
The Hobbit video game.
Oh, yes.
The levels.
Yes.
They're tiers.
Yes.
So if you've ever played it.
Hey, so but before we do this, if you just wanted to hear about the book, you can click off now.
Yeah, it's over.
But
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. If you want to hear us rank the Hobbit video game levels, by all means stick around if you have even played this game. If you have, then you know how frustrating
you know how ridiculously hard this game can get.
All right. So what do we got?
All right. First, I'm gonna just pull up the Hobbit levels.
Mm-hmm.
That way, so I'm gonna go in order.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
I believe in you. Also, I'm sorry, my voice has been shot this entire recording because I was playing board games last night. There was a lot of yelling. If you've played Survivor, the board game, then you know how that goes.
Okay, sorry, got it, I think.
Okay.
All right, so the first one, it looks like, is the Shire. It's where you just set out.
That's the tutorial level.
Yes, and that's an A. They did a good job on that. The Shire feels like, the Shire.
Looks good.
It looks good. And little happy tune playing in the background. And you're like beating up some hay bales or something to get coins or gems or whatever.
Whatever the frick it is.
Yeah, and you gotta like get some food before you leave. It's good. It's fine. All right, next is the roast mutton.
That's the troll.
That's the troll level. We gave it a B. It's the stealth tutorial, basically, I think.
I think it's like one of the few stealth missions.
There's like that one in Smaug.
Yeah.
So, that was alright.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot, because it's not in the movie, but the wallet talks.
The what?
Like, the troll wallet. Remember when Bilbo tries to lift it, it like talks to him. He's like, hey, who are you?
Does it really?
Yeah.
In the game?
I think in the book, too.
I don't remember that.
Hang on.
Hold on.
This is bonus content. We don't have Patreon yet, so you gotta stick around.
Hey, if you wanna join, or if you wanna become a member of our YouTube channel, or what is it, paid membership or whatever.
Yeah, just make sure, remember to hit that bell and like and subscribe. Make sure you turn on all. You don't want to miss all our videos that come out every 8 months.
Let's see.
We're doing a deep dive into the book right now. You're probably wondering what's going on. We might put like a please hold. It might just be a video game thing. He's intently reading. He looks very...
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, see, I told you.
It said, "Oi, who are you?" It squeaked as it left the pocket, and William turned around at once and grabbed Bilbo by the neck.
Ouch. That's a troll grabbing him by the neck, by the way.
That hurt.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we gave that a B.
That's a B. So, it wasn't like... Okay, I feel like B and C are weird in tiers.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what is the separation between B and C?
B is, like, good,
C's
but
average.
it's not, like, really good.
Yeah, and C's average.
C is, like...
It's not good
Yeah,
or
that
bad.
was all right.
All right. So, next chapter is Troll Hole. And we gave that an F. That's one of the worst. That's just where you're going around the caves and you meet that elf chick and she's hurt and you gotta fight that armadillo.
I forgot about that.
And I think Nate and me died about 800 times to that armadillo creature.
Oh, gosh.
So, yeah, that level sucks.
Yeah, moving on.
Alright, next, Overhill and Underhill. We gave that...
That's the mountain pass one, right?
Yeah, we gave that a C.
Yeah.
That's just where you are on the way to Goblin Town.
The platforming on that mountain was really annoying.
Yeah. Riddles in the Dark. We gave it a D because you don't actually play it in the game.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a cutscene with Gollum.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it was alright. The Gollum didn't look bad.
There is the Goblin Town level, right?
Maybe that was Overhill, Underhill. That is the one where you're going through all those mine shafts on those barrels or carts and everything.
Is it? I thought that was its own.
I don't know. Unless
Or
this might be wrong. I don't know.
Maybe that is Riddles in the Dark.
Maybe it is Riddles. Yeah, that is Riddles in the Dark. Why would we give it a... Oh, the platform was kind of tough.
Yeah, and it just went on for a really
So
long
if you,
time.
one thing you'll learn, us as gamers, we don't like platforming.
No, we suck at it.
Where was Flies and Spiders is next.
Did not like that one very much.
That's F as well. The
Yeah.
poison damage in this game is ridiculous.
It's insane.
And there's like 800 spiders.
No, spiders are... This is a kid's game, by the way.
And you can only wear the ring for about... You can't attack while wearing the ring.
Yeah.
Which is the whole point of that chapter in the book.
Yeah. Stupid.
Whatever. Okay, Meryl's out of Bond. We gave that a C.
Yeah.
That's where you escape from the elves.
That's fair.
That's another stealth section. You don't fight in that one.
But that one has a nice art style, if I remember correctly.
It's got good puzzles.
Yeah.
Where's that one I hate?
Is it Lake Town? Is that next?
Let's see. A Warm Welcome.
Yeah, that's Lake Town.
Oh, we gave that a B.
We did?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, that's not... Inside Information is the one with the tough puzzles.
That's the turn my house on level. Yeah, Warm Welcome is Lake Town. You basically just go around side questing, and you find an orc conspiracy in Lake Town, which is not anywhere in the book.
So even the game's not perfect.
But Lake Town itself looks really good. Yeah, I thought it's a fairly good level, I think.
All right, that was Barrels Out of Bond, right?
That was Warm Welcome. That's the Lake Town level. So what's after?
Okay, Inside Information. Okay, no way.
No, Inside Information is Smaug.
Smaug. Oh, that's S.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one turning on the house is after that.
Yeah. So Inside Information is where you're sneaking around Smaug, which was pretty good.
Yes. And I really like the design of the hoard of gold.
Yes.
Like, and then the jewels.
I like how you're
glowing.
platforming on around the gold, and you can't make too much noise on it. It's really a really good mechanic.
All right, and then our favorite mission in the game, the Gathering of the Clouds. That's the one where you turn on the house.
So if you're wondering, these dwarves are so freaking useless that you have to do these puzzles that are not communicated well at all, and you have to go around Erebor literally turning on the house, like starting its water, starting its furnace. You have to turn the house on for the dwarves. So if you ever hear us talk about that, that's what we're referring to. And this mission sucks.
Yeah, you had to stay for this extra part here. We might put this part in earlier, but if you want to know why we hate dwarves, sometimes it's because they don't know how to turn on a house.
It sucks.
Their house. Like, imagine you go home with a friend, and you're like, hey, I can't remember how to turn the ceiling fan light on. Can you do it for me?
Also, a friend that's never been to your house before.
Yeah.
Hey.
Or, hey, I forgot how to turn the water on. Can you go out in the yard and turn on my water? Like,
hold on. I gotta.
If you can't tell, we hate this level so much. This made me hate the dwarves. When Thorin died at the end of the game, I said good, I think. Oh, by the way, Feely and Keely die. They don't really matter, but they're like hot in the movies. I think Keely has the random romance with an elf, right? Or is it Feely?
What? Who is it? Sorry, I'm trying to find a certain quote.
No, Nate's busy. I think it's Keely, though.
Keely is the one that has the...
He's the one that's like, I could have anything down my trousers.
Yeah, there's literally a dick joke in a Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah, and J.R.R. Tolkien. I'm so sorry.
He probably rolled...
I want to know who wrote that movie. I want to know. I don't know exactly what you're looking for.
There's a quote from Thorin in the book where he's like, I can never forget the path around these halls or whatever. And then Thorin, everyone's like, hey, we forget where everything's at. Turn our house on. Anyways.
Yeah, we hate that level. So that one's even below F. I put it below the F tier.
Yeah.
It's not even in a tier.
It took us, 2.5 hours to beat that level?
That was ridiculous.
We had to watch a guide on how to beat it.
Oh, yeah. I hate it so much. And the last one is Clouds Burst.
It's literally a fighting level.
And it's probably one of the best levels in the game. You just get to go around, you take out your frustration of the dwarves, and you beat the crap out of some goblins. And
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's...
You literally defeat the goblin army by yourself, basically. You go god mode, and you just slaughter them all.
Yeah. It's very straightforward.
Oh, Bjorn's in it.
Oh, yeah, Bjorn.
He kills the main bad guy.
You never saw him until then, but he shows up.
He kills the main bad guy.
Yeah.
In the book and the game.
Which one was it? It was
Bolg.
Yeah, Bolg.
Yeah, he kills him. That's it.
That's it.
There's a little note, though. It says the game is charming in its own way, but the game design is awful. And who was this game even designed for?
We played this game, a year ago?
Yes, and we still have trauma.
No, it's been longer.
2? No, year and a half.
Yeah, probably a year and a half.
Year and a half ago, we still have trauma.
Yeah. Did we play this at my apartment?
Yes.
Oh, it's been 2 years then.
Yeah.
The fact that we still have these notes are insane. But yes, the game, neat little game. Way too hard for children. Way too hard for adults. We're stupid.
If you're a stupid adult, we do not recommend.
No, we need games to simple, easy answer.
All right, that's the end of our bonus round for this video.
Yes.
If you stayed this long,
should I make this a separate? Should I cut these two and make them a separate, or should I?
We should have a little intermission.
Yeah.
Where it's the main video's over.
Yes.
And it's bonus section.
I agree.
So.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. I know we said we wouldn't make this as long. I think this has gone on for
44 minutes.
Where'd you see that at? Oh, okay. 44 minutes. It's gone. It's just shorter than some of our others.
Some of this will be cut, so.
Yeah, some of this will be cut. So, hopefully you've enjoyed this. Thank you for tuning in. What is our next video going to be? Is it a gaming video or is it more Lord of the Rings? What are we doing? As of March 14th.
You're going to have to wait and find out.
We'll make a post on our community tab.
If you have anything you'd like us to cover,
please recommend us something.
Leave it in the comments. If you know us personally, shoot us a text.
Is there a multiplayer game you'd like us to see?
Yeah.
Or a single player game?
We'll try almost anything.
Yes. As long as it's respectable.
Yeah. Exactly.
Within boundaries. But if you want to see us continue to talk about Lord of the Rings, we will be happy to do that.
Yeah, I was going to say, we could just make this a Lord of the Rings channel.
Yeah.
We got Middle in the name.
Yeah.
Middle Mac.
Dang, we already do. That's kind of perfect.
Okay,
Anyways.
so this is it. This is the end of the video.
That's the end of the video.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and do all that other things they want you to do.
Share the video.
Share the video with anybody. You know, we don't care. Even if you share it to make us look bad, that's fine.
We don't have Twitter, but tweet at us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right, see you guys.
Y'all have a good day. Goodbye.
Bye.
Monkey.